Hello, everybody, and welcome to IBN Presents Wrath and Story. I'm Daniel Fernandez.
I'm Russell. I'm also here.
Yes, you may know me as the Servosh Skull on Wrath and Story, or maybe you don't know what Wrath and Story is at all. Wrath and Story was a show that I worked on with a couple of folks over at Partial Arc. It's a show that I'm really proud of. We worked really hard on it, and the issue was it's not anywhere on the internet. And we were thinking, hey, let's get it on the internet.
Yeah. I'm Russell from Daniel's Dread Tales, a podcast that Daniel started with a fair number of people who were actually fans of this show.
This show meaning Wrath and Story.
Yes.
Daniel's Dread Tales would not exist without Wrath and Story, probably. Me being a podcaster was done by Mike and Jay and Andrew pulling me in to help them out with that stuff. It was only supposed to be a one-off, and then it became more than one-off.
Yeah, 40K roleplay stuff, apparently kind of popular.
Yeah, people like 40K, and I quite liked it too. I knew a lot of the lore, but not I know a lot about 40K, except I never play the actual war game. Please don't tell anybody.
There's no problem with that. All I do is paint it.
Well, now, after it has been missing for a few years outside of, a few episodes are still up on YouTube, Wrath and Story is back. But to be clear, this is not a reboot. We are not doing new episodes of Wrath and Story. This is not getting you ready for new episodes. That ship has sailed.
It has vanished into the warp, never to return.
Yeah, exactly. We just wanted to get this back on the internet so that people who are fans of the show can have a place to find it, and people who maybe have never heard of Wrath and Story can experience it anew.
It pops up once in a while. People who've never heard it are looking for it.
Yeah, it's always flattering when I see the occasional Reddit posts like, hey, what's up with Wrath and Story? What happened to it? And sometimes I post a surreptitious Google Drive link.
And that sort of stuff is what got me thinking that maybe we should make this happen. And we did get permission, and now it's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Jay and Andrew are not doing podcasts anymore. Mike, who was the editor on the show for much of it, is doing his own thing now. Check him out over at Super Geek Mike on YouTube. He's doing good stuff.
Yeah.
And now we thought, since we're part of this imaginary broadcast network, IBN, we could maybe do an IBN Presents. And when I say we, I mean Russell. This was all Russell's idea. You have him to thank for this idea.
I found the secret Patreon tier where you steal the host for another podcast and revive the podcast after it dies.
Yeah, apparently. The rest of this feed is going to be filled up with plenty of episodes of Wrath and Story. Do keep in mind that originally it wasn't even called Wrath and Story. We just called it Dark Heresy, which is just like calling your D&D podcast Dungeons and Dragons. It wasn't a very good name.
Oh, I've been re-listening. It wasn't even Dark Heresy originally. It was Roll to Seize Presents Dark Heresy. So this is IBN Presents Roll to Seize Presents Dark Heresy.
Yes. I forgot about that, yes. Well, it's going to be out there. So Russell has access to all of these files, and they will be releasing all of the stuff. What are we looking at in terms of a release schedule?
Conveniently enough, it's already produced, so I don't need to edit it.
Yeah.
I'm thinking at least an arc a week. Some of them are shorter, so maybe I'll try for an episode every weekday. The only thing I have to do is write show notes.
Yeah.
Those are gone as well.
Yeah, the show notes are gone. I could say some things about the show. Hi, I was on the show. No, but if you need anything, talk to me.
Absolutely.
I hope you enjoy Wrath and Story, a.k.a. Dark Heresy, a.k.a. Roll to Z's presents Dark Heresy. It's a good time. And if you like this show, please check out the other fine shows on the Imaginary Broadcast Network, including my baby, our baby, I suppose, Daniel's Dread Tales.
It's a good baby.
It's a good baby. You produce it, so I think you maybe have a bigger say in it, even though my name's on it. We have the lovely Dice Fiends, Crow's Codex, or check out some of the other shows from friends of the show, like Forgotten Eras, or even Resting Glitch Face. All very cool shows out there.
Yeah, good times.